Day 2 of E3 2018 is officially underway, and we just wrapped up watching the Microsoft Xbox One presentation, which was supposed to be a big thing. It was actually a big presentation that I was looking forward to, because there's a lot of mystery when it comes to the Xbox One. Obviously, with games like Crackdown 3 being delayed until 2019, it was going to be interesting to see how Microsoft would solidify their lineup for 2018. Would there be any new first-party games? Would there be any big surprises? Would we see the return of some Rare franchises even? A lot of people were rumbling about Perfect Dark, so it was going to be very interesting to see what Microsoft did. Well, like I said, we just wrapped up the event live, which we hosted here on the channel, so if you're planning on watching any of the events, make sure you tune into our channel because we will be streaming all of the events live. But basically, after the presentations are over, I want to grade them. I want to talk about what I liked about the presentations and what I didn't like about the presentations, and come to a general conclusion and give the presentation a letter grade. So Microsoft 2018 and the Xbox One. Is the Xbox One saved? Did Microsoft do enough at their E3 presentation to really solidify Xbox One owners and make them feel comfortable with having their platform? Sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's get into what I liked, disliked, and grade the Xbox One presentation.
Hey, RGT85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards! Alright, so the way this is going to work is we're going to talk about what I liked from the event first, we're going to talk about what I disliked from the event, and then come to a general conclusion, wrap things up, and give this a letter grade. Basically, we did this for EA yesterday, and I was pretty disappointed in what EA did, so I was hoping that Microsoft would definitely have a stronger presentation, because honestly, they really needed to have a stronger presentation. It was a big year for them, with Crackdown 3 being delayed. Microsoft really needed to bring their A game to basically instill customer trust when it comes to their Xbox One fan base. And there was a lot of positive things from this event. There was a lot of things that I did like from Microsoft and the Xbox One. First and foremost, they showed off a new Halo game called Halo Infinity that actually looks pretty interesting. They showed some dinosaurs in the gameplay trailer for it, and it seems like it's going to be taking place in sort of a different setting than we're used to in most Halo games. So I'm actually pretty intrigued to see more of this game. Halo, of course, is one of Microsoft's most popular franchises, and as well it should be. It's a fantastic franchise, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more from Halo Infinity. Unfortunately, that is a 2019 game, so we will have to wait a while to see more from it, but I am excited to see that game. Another big game was Gears of War 5, which is another staple Microsoft franchise and a great franchise, and once again they showed some really interesting gameplay. They showed some really interesting melee attacks that were going to be in the game, and it just seemed like it was a little bit different, almost had like a survival horror sort of feel to it, but I liked that about it. I thought the trailer looked really interesting. Maybe the story elements not so much, but the gameplay itself looked really good, and it looks like they're sort of refining that gameplay and kind of stepping in a different direction with it. So once again, that was another big positive for me. But once again, that was also a 2019 release. Now, another surprise game that was announced was a new Battletoads game. Unfortunately, they pretty much just announced it and had a text-based trailer, and that was it. They didn't show any sort of gameplay. They did say that the game would be 2.5D style. It would be sort of a traditional basically a traditional Battletoads game, so nothing really crazy in the realm of trying to expand upon that, but in my opinion, that's good. Battletoads is something that doesn't really need to be expanded upon. It's a great game to begin with, so I was definitely looking forward to that, but once again, that's a 2019 game. As far as 2018 games, when it comes to first-party games, they did showcase Forza Horizon 4, which of course was very heavily rumored. We of course had that leak from Walmart of Canada, pretty much saying that there would be a Forza Horizon 4. We also got that with Gears of War 5, and they showcased Forza Horizon 4. The game itself looks really cool. It's going to have some sort of seasons in the game where it goes through spring, summer, fall, and winter, and the gameplay will be different every time you play it in the different seasons. So I thought that looked pretty cool. They also showed off a new Ori game, and that looked really beautiful. Ori, the character kind of looked like Shrek, or not Shrek, Stitch from Lilo and Stitch though. And I thought that was kind of interesting. When I was watching the stream live, I was like, is Stitch back? What's Stitch doing? Another game that really surprised me was a game called Sessions that is evidently available on the PC right now, but I believe this is going to be an Xbox One console exclusive, and it definitely reminds me a lot of the Skate franchise. I know a lot of us were looking forward to seeing Skate on the PS4 or Xbox One, Skate 4 be announced by EA, and of course we got nothing yesterday. So Session looked like that sort of style of game, and it was probably my most favorite moment from the press event because I really love skateboarding games. I love the Skate series. I used to skateboard a lot. I still ride from time to time, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of Sessions. I think that's a really cool looking game. It definitely has that realistic style, and it's a game I'm really looking forward to. They also showcased a ton of third-party games. Just Cause 4, Devil May Cry 5, which I think looks really cool. It definitely has a mix-up of sort of like Bayonetta with some Resident Evil elements in the Devil May Cry universe. A bit cringy with that side character, but all in all, I think that game looked really, really cool. They, of course, showed off Tomb Raider, they showed off the Cyberpunk game, they showed off Metro. A ton of third-party games were showcased for this, and it sort of makes sense because, honestly, the Xbox One X is evidently the best way to play third-party games. A lot of developers are utilizing the resources of the Xbox One X to really maximize the power of these games and what they can do within these games. So it sort of makes sense for them to have a lot of third-party exclusive reveals on their presentation. So honestly, all in all, there was some good things about the presentation. There was a lot of things I liked. Now, of course, we have to get into the negative aspects of the presentation. So the biggest problem with Xbox's presser is the fact that all of these big games are all 2019 games. When Crackdown 3 was delayed, I think immediately many people thought to themselves, we are going to see some big games that are coming out this year. We have to see big games that are coming out this year because multi-plats cannot really sustain a console without having first-party software. We've seen that the whole life cycle of the Xbox One. That is why the PS4 has been doing so well, is because they have these awesome first-party games to go along with these third-party games. Same thing with the Nintendo Switch. Unfortunately, Forza Horizon 4 was the only main AAA game that they showcased that was going to be a 2018 release. Gears of War 5, Halo Infinite, Battletoads are all 2019 releases. And that's a big shame. I know there's only so much you can do. I know they didn't expect Crackdown 3 to be delayed once again, but still, when something gets delayed like that, I feel like something has to come along and step it up, and they did not have anything that was a console exclusive that was launching in 2018 for the Xbox One, and that is a big problem in my opinion, because yes, it's nice to have all of these third-party games. We can expect all of these third-party games. That's sort of the point of third-party games. We know every holiday season there's going to be a ton of them coming out, and a lot of these games look really cool, but the problem is there's no first-party games to supplement them. So unless you're a die-hard third-party player who needs something like the Xbox One X to get the best possible way to play it, what is the point of picking up an Xbox One in 2018? There's no new console exclusives, and that really hurts in my opinion. Microsoft also announced that they have purchased 5 new studios, including Ninja Theory, which is actually pretty interesting to me because Ninja Theory is a pretty competent studio. They, of course, did Hellblade, and that was a really popular game on both the PS4 and the Xbox One. More so on the PS4, but it did release earlier on the PS4 than the Xbox One. They also picked up the Forza Horizon developer, and they also picked up the developer of State of Decay 2. But I kind of wondered to myself, you know, how far are they going to be able to go with these studios? Obviously, Forza Horizon is a big undertaking to do. A game like State of Decay 2 is a big undertaking to do. Are you really going to be able to stretch more games out of these studios that are already essentially first-party studios for you, with games like Forza Horizon being an exclusive, a game like State of Decay 2 being an exclusive? Is it really worthwhile to pick up these studios? And plus, I have that feeling of Rare, because Microsoft purchased Rare when Rare was on Because Microsoft purchased Rare when Rare was on top of their game. They were pretty much on top of the world making amazing games. And what did they really do with them? Not a whole lot. The Rare name has lost a lot of luster over the years. And unfortunately, that's just because of, I guess, poor decisions from both Rare and Microsoft. And arguably the biggest disappointment of Microsoft's E3 for me was the fact that there was nothing from Rare. We had heard rumors about maybe a new Banjo game, a new Perfect Dark game, to see some Rare franchises come back. Because let's face it, Rare has a ton of first-party franchises that could really stabilize the Xbox One's lineup. But the only thing we heard of Rare was new Sea of Thieves content, and that was a big disappointment for me personally. I was a bit let down by that. I was definitely hoping to see a new Perfect Dark. I think it could have been really fun and really interesting. Oh, and they're also kind of whoring out the Gears of War franchise as well. They announced a real-time strategy game for the PC, which we had heard heavily rumored, and even a mobile game for Gears of War with Funko Pop style stuff to, I guess, appease to the kiddies kitties because a lot of kitties are playing Gears of War. I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting, and I was definitely sort of laughing at the Funko Pop game because I thought it just looked very silly. But overall, it's hard to grade Microsoft's E3 2018 because honestly, there was a lot of stuff that I liked, and the problem is all the stuff that I liked isn't coming until next year as far as first-party games go. They did not remedy the situation with Crackdown 3. There's really nothing coming out to the system that's a first-party exclusive in 2018 aside from Forza Horizon 4. And that's a big problem because why are people going to want to go out and buy an Xbox One this holiday season or for the rest of the year if nothing is coming until 2019? It felt almost like E3 of PS4's E3 from 2017, where we saw a lot of stuff that was coming out in 2018 and not a lot of stuff that was coming out that year. And I don't think that's really fair to consumers. Consumers want to see things that are coming out soon. They want to see things to get hyped about this holiday season. And Microsoft really dropped the ball when it comes to that. So overall, I'm going to give Microsoft a C. I feel like the 2019 lineup already looks great, pending that none of it gets delayed. The third-party games are there. But unfortunately, there just wasn't enough surprises for me. And there definitely wasn't enough 2008 games, especially first-party games, to make me really interested in what was coming. I feel like that was a big letdown as far as what's happening in 2018, and it's just a shame because now I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be playing on my Xbox One S this holiday season, because I was really looking forward to playing some Xbox One exclusives in 2018, but unfortunately, looks like I'll have to wait another year. So let me know in the comments section down below what you thought of Microsoft's E3 2018 presser, and if you agree with my rating for it. Do you think it was better than what I said, or do you think it was worse? And thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We will be live for every E3 press event, and we'll also be doing recap videos and giving a rating for them as well, so make sure you guys tune into those. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to check out all the links in the description box down below. We've got Patreon, t-shirts, social media, all sorts of ways to keep up to date with the world of RGT85, and I will catch you guys at the next press event. Later.
RGT85! RGT85! RGT85!